You know what happens around here on Mondays. We check in with our friends over at Merkle Retirement Planning. And if you are getting ready to turn 65 years old, you're going to want to sit up and pay attention because Anna Marie Morrow is joining us this morning. Hi, Anna Marie. How are you?
Good morning, Lou. I'm good. How are you doing?
We are doing great. Now, you are the Director of Medicare over at Merkle Retirement Planning. Tell everybody what that means.
Yeah, so I help people celebrate the age of 65 or after that at the age of retirement. When you need to start making those Medicare decisions and it's time to elect, that's where I can come into play and really help guide those decisions that need to be made.
All right, let's talk about some of those questions people might have. First and foremost, when you turn 65, whether or not people are automatically enrolled in Medicare. Is that true or false?
That's a great question. I just had this a couple times last week, actually. If you've already elected Social Security before the age of 65, they're making the assumption that you're not working, so you will automatically be enrolled. And they'll usually send you your card in the mail anywhere from 5 to 8 months before your 65th birthday. So keep your eye out for that. Otherwise, if you haven't elected Social Security, you're turning 65, you are not automatically enrolled. So that's where the real decision making needs to come into play. If you're still working, does it make sense, more cost effective to stay on your employer group plan or to elect Medicare?
All right, so let's clarify. So if you have elected to start taking Social Security, then when you turn 65, then that's going to be an automatic thing.
Correct. So you really need to start thinking about, well, you do have the option to deny Part B. You can keep your Part A if you're still working, have qualified coverage. You still have a choice whether to keep B or deny B. But yeah, just looking at where the costs are and how you can make the most of what you want out of your health insurance and what you'd like to pay for it.
All right, now let's talk about just enrollment in general. What happens if you fail to, or just space off enrolling? Is there some kind of penalty that you have to pay?
There can be, yes. Let's say you're not working, that you are enrolled automatically, or if you just forget to enroll in Medicare, there can be a penalty outside of that initial enrollment period. But if you are still working, you turn 65, you're not electing Medicare, there's no penalty. So there's a lot of mail people are getting when they approach age 65 that it conflicts one another. One piece of mail says you will incur a penalty if you don't elect Part B right now, but take into account your situation. Are there more than 20 employees where you work? And if you have elected Social Security, there's a good chance you accidentally threw your Medicare card away in the mail because it looks like junk mail. So then people don't elect their supplement. So there's a lot of things that tie into play into the game with that turning age 65 that you should be aware of.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of things you need to keep your eyes open for, and you folks are there to answer some of these questions. And actually, you have something that is coming up on Wednesday. We want to make sure that everybody is aware of, especially if you are close to turning 65. You want to make sure all your ducks are in a row, so to speak. Tell everybody what's happening on Wednesday up in Ankeny.
Yeah, we're having our Medicare workshop, and we dive into the maze of Medicare. What is original Medicare? What are these supplement options? Why do I need to even consider a supplement option if I already have A and B? What could the costs be? And what advantages to which plan? And enrollment periods, that's a big one as well. What if you are working? Or what if you are not working, but you have a spouse working? So there's a lot of different strategies and a lot of things to take into consideration when you enter this time period.
Yeah, we've talked about it many times. So many different options that you have laid out in front of you, and Merkle Retirement Planning can help you sort through those and find out what the best option is for you. Now, if you want to, maybe you want to have a sit down and have a conversation with somebody over at Merkle Retirement Planning, or get signed up for the workshop on Wednesday or any of the workshops in the future, what's the easiest way to do so?
Go to merkleplan.com. We offer, complimentary 15-minute phone calls, but that's where you can also register for these workshops, these complimentary workshops as well.
There you go. And don't forget about YouTube. You guys have plenty of videos on YouTube, don't you?
Yeah, we sure do. We did this great Intro to Medicare episode. We've got the Power of the HSA, which health savings accounts, they tie into Medicare as well, which a lot of people aren't aware of those election periods because that affects those. But yeah, a lot of great information out there. We are huge advocates for education, complimentary workshops, get the information you need. All
right, there you go. Maybe check out the YouTube page, Merkle Retirement Planning, see a couple of videos, have a bunch of questions ready to go, and then join them at the workshop on Wednesday. Anna Marie Morrow from Merkle Retirement Planning, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Lou. You have a great day.
Yeah, you too.